Well, well. Nice to see you all. How are you doing? It's been a while. It's been a while, hasn't it? Look, my face. My face. I've got my customary cup of coffee here, ready to go. Ready to do a bit of a test stream. Can you all hear me? How's the music sound balance? Looks alright on my graphic equalizers here. Oh, have to do something about these eyebrows. They're getting out of control. I'm gonna have to trim them. Indeed, yes. So I've moved to my new house. And the internet's a bit dodgy. So it's kind of up and down. So I figured we'll do an early in the day test stream. We'll do it for a couple of hours, see if it drops any frames. 0 drop frames so far, so we're doing all right. Face reveal. Everyone knew what I looked like anyway, though, so it's fine. Oh, why, thank you. Thank you. No, that's the thing. I never wanted to see your face. Yeah, I've had the same thing with channels that I watch on YouTube, where it's like it's always been a voice. It's always been a voice, and you always have an image in your head of what they probably look like, and then you can randomly click on a video later on, and there's their face, and it's like, well, I didn't want the illusion ruining. Actually, I'd rather you didn't show your face. I'm still in the attic. I'm in a new attic now. It's a newer house. It's a newer build. We had the heat wave. We had the heat wave recently in the UK, and yeah, it was 40 degrees outside. It was getting up to 38 degrees inside. So at the old place it would have been like 50 degrees, it would have been oven temperatures. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, well, I'll have fun. I don't know why you have a session? You have a session even though you're on holidays, Entron? What's going on there? Yeah, it's a very, very human face. I mean, I've got my, I don't know why I'm gesturing, you can't see my hand. I've got all of my stuff in the bottom left of my second screen here, so I can kind of see like a tiny thumbnail of what Streamlabs looks like. But if I start leaning forward to do details, my face is going to end up like this. So I'll hold it. I'll hold it here. Oh, I looked terrible in that interview. Yeah, I looked awful. I looked, my eyes were crazed. It was like I was on some kind of hallucinogenic drugs or something. But yeah, gonna colour this one. It's a quick one. It's only 32 frames. She looks around, she looks up. She looks around, she looks up. I don't know if you saw on Patreon. Just finished this one yesterday. This wants to be 24 frames per second, so we had this little fall animation that I managed to shade, so that came out alright. You know, I might adjust the timing a bit in the final edit. So we got this, and I did this one, I just finished this one today. So she sees something out the window here and jerks back because it's a spooky thing, although I won't reveal what it is, I won't spoil it for you. Yeah. Yes, yeah, yeah. Oh, I had a good time at the arcade. Yeah, that was a while ago. A while ago. So yeah, it's a bit of an impromptu mystery stream. I don't think, I mean, I haven't streamed in ages anyway though, so everyone will have forgotten about me by now. I am gonna shade this first frame in monochrome, and then we'll do the rest from there. So it's got to match up with this one. So we need the light coming from the left, shadow on the right. So it's got to match up with that vaguely. Oh, we're getting the power tunes playing early on. The 6-minute masterpiece. This is all we want. This will get me going. Let's see. What should we do? How are we gonna shade this face? A problem with my new house, I don't know if you can hear it or not. Hopefully you can't, because I shut my windows. There are dogs everywhere. There's dogs over there. There's dogs over there. There's dogs over there. There's dogs over there. And when one of them starts, all the rest start as well, and it's infuriating. It's infuriating. Infuriating, I tell you. But apart from that, it's pretty nice. Nice new neighbourhood. Much cleaner than the old one was. Yeah, this is what we want. There may well be mystery meat. You can't see, but down here I have a plate. I just finished eating some food. Some delicious barbecue chicken thighs. Delicious. Kindly sent to me by producer Mackie, who, because she's in America, I guess she's still asleep right now. What time is it in America right now? I'm guessing everyone here isn't in America if you're awake now. Now that said though, I don't think it's... Yeah, I get it, but people will be at work and stuff, won't they? Although everyone's kind of working from home at the moment. Crank the volume up. Because I'm not streaming at night, I can actually... I don't need to have my headphones on. I hope that doesn't interfere. I hope the speakers... I hope the speakers aren't going directly into the microphone. Australia. Right, yeah. Oh, 9:45 AM on the East Coast. Right, okay. So, few people will be awake. I wouldn't be. This is the only tricky bit. What the hell's that? Don't you just love it when you do your volume button up and down on your keyboard? Oof. There it goes. Disconnected. And for some reason, along with the volume, it shows you whatever YouTube video you were watching last. That's great for streams, isn't it? Like, luckily it was something... I haven't even started watching it yet. What was it? It was something about some YouTube fiasco or something. But I mean, it's a good job I wasn't watching Big Titty Goth Girls, because that'd show up. Yeah, so I'm guessing light on the left, shadow on the right. And that should do it, shouldn't it? So, I've seen it before, but I watched Shah's Counterattack, the Gundam movie, on Wednesday. And, controversial opinion, slightly disappointed. I was slightly disappointed in it. We just finished watching Zeta. We've been watching Zeta Gundam for the past few months, and then we went on to Char's Counterattack. He had a heart condition though, didn't he, Goku? I think that was the worst illness he got. I don't like this. I don't like this blue cross in the middle of the screen. I found a way of getting rid of it. It's slightly distracting to me. I did find a way of getting rid of it, but I can't remember how now. There's no time. There's no time to look it up. Right. How does one shade boobs from... I mean, we'll go for underneath like that. Maki's shaking her head in her sleep. Because we want... So I guess we'll do something like that. Something like that. Blue cross. Does sound like a... Isn't the blue cross like a... Well, there's the red cross, obviously. I thought there was the blue cross as well. Like that's a real world organization. The trouble is, I want to shade everything. Like, I want to put shading on here, but there wouldn't be shading there, would there? I want to put shading there, there wouldn't be shading there either. I can't help myself. What I should do is take some life drawing classes and, you know, learn to be an actual real artist. Oh, I've got a whole folder of Satoshi Urushihara. A whole folder. Yeah, I mean something like that. Something like that, I guess. Although, obviously, round that off a little bit. So how have you been doing, chat? What have you been up to during the summer? I've been mostly hanging around with my shirt off with this. I've got this bottle here filled with water and just been just spraying myself with it. Nice. It's been helping. A reference folder, yes. We're up to 26.6 degrees. That's 79.9 America degrees. Well, I don't know where that is in TVPaint. I did turn it off the other day. I've completely forgotten how though. I think it's maybe under preferences or something. But yeah, I'll be alright. I'll just deal with it. I mean, that's certainly not the best boob shading, is it? That's definitely not the best boob shading I've ever seen. But yeah, I find it easier to just shade everything in monochrome and then apply the colours later. So I guess we'll go with that, because then we're holding this for all of these frames, and the only thing we're changing is where the eyes close. And that's pretty easy, you just go over it like so. Too close to the screen again, aren't I? Let me move this down a little bit. Oh, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall any moment. Yeah, it's not too bad from a spectator point of view. There you go. Yeah, it does, like whenever. Oh yeah, whenever someone's eyes are half closed, it always looks ridiculous. It looks absolutely ridiculous. When they're fully closed, fine. When they're fully open, fine. When they're half closed, ridiculous. Anyway, I guess we'll start off moving backwards. Moving backwards. Which is going to be a bit tricky because I can't just... going to have to figure out how the shading moves across the face as it moves into more extreme positions. Because by the time it's here, it's going to be very different. Yeah, let me see. Let me think. We'll just start chipping away at it and work it out as we go along. How's the... yeah, zero dropped frames still, so doing alright. The internet's holding up, but that said, there's no one in the house at the moment. Sometimes it just goes down. The internet just dies in this place. So this is going to be a weird one. This is going to be a weird in-between shading where it looks all ridiculous, but I mean, we'll see what we can do. Oh, nice. Tropical. Maybe. I mean, obviously, you always want one of those bits. You always want to have the highlight on the cheekbone, or not the cheekbone, that bit. I'm sure there's an anatomical name for it. Very important. You always need to do that bit. As always, I don't think the Streamlabs alerts are working. So if anyone's subscribed, I don't think we've seen it. Whatever you do, don't throw money at me because it won't show up. I don't think. You can test it if you want to. If you want to look at the little link down below, you can give it a try. But for some reason, everything's plugged in, everything's working fine on test. But when it comes to actually going live, things don't show up. And yeah, definitely this year, end of this year, I think. Like, so all of it is inked. Everything's inked, so I'm just going through it scene by scene and colouring it now. So definitely this year, but then of course we need to get the sound effects and the music put in. So that's the only thing I can see as a bottleneck in terms of time, but it should be fine though. I'm thinking this year, yeah. End of the year. Oh, some R-Type, really. The Bido Beat mix. I will try to release it on a Monday. I mean, it's too perfect not to, really, isn't it? What a missed opportunity. Right, let's see. Well, we'll just do this eye. I keep catching myself leaning in really close. How much can you see behind me? You should just be able to see a wall. So I don't have to worry about, you know, fancy lighting and set design and all that kind of stuff that fancy streamers do. This is actually way better posture than I normally have. Normally I'm all the way back and like sinking, I'm just like sinking down in my chair. I sink a few centimeters more as each hour passes, and by the end of the day my spine is destroyed. Alright, let's have a go at this. Oh, Still just me and Mackie, yeah. Zach's going to be doing the music. Hopefully I can get Joey again from TIE Fighter to do the sound effects. Voices are already recorded. But yeah, after this film, we'll see. We'll see if we can maybe be able to get some assistance. But obviously, you have to, unless you're a total douchebag, you got to pay assistants, don't you? You have to pay people for their time. And my only source of income is Patreon at the moment, and you know, it's good. It's good. But it's not rich. I'm not. Yeah. You know, no complaints being able to work from home, but I'm not exactly I would be making more if I was at McDonald's. But you know, choice between going back to McDonald's, which is what I did in my youth, and earning far less and working from home. I'll just earn far less and work from home. But who knows, after this film comes out, maybe the Patreon will get like a boost. Maybe people will like this film and say, yes, let's throw money at Paul Johnson. Could do. No, I wouldn't be able to. Even if Raid Shadow Legends knew who I was and wanted to sponsor me, I've seen so many people doing Raid Shadow Legends ads, and they all say the same stuff. They all say the same stuff. Like, it's obviously a script that has been sent by the company. I just wouldn't be able to read it. I just wouldn't be able to read something that wasn't actually true. Like, what I like about Raid Shadow Legends is that I've been playing it for 50 hours and this is my favourite champion. It's like, I've never played it. I'd just be lying. I'm not gonna lie. Now, if we can get that sweet Nescafe commercial money, then that's a product I believe in, you know? That's something I drink on the daily. Well, I wouldn't have time, that's the thing, isn't it? A lot of people ask me to do animations for them, but a lot of them, in fact most of them, most of the offers I get, they all fall into the two categories of, one, they don't understand how long animation takes, and two, they don't quite get that I'm not a studio, that I'm just like a guy. So animation takes ages, and on top of that, like, normally that's with a studio and it takes ages, but I'm just like one guy doing it on my own. So they're like, so how long would that take? Oh, like a couple of years. We needed it in a month. So yeah, most offers I get are kind of non-viable, and you know, I like doing my own stuff anyway. Might go get another coffee in a minute, actually. Also, the temperature's rising. I'm 27 now. I might have to open my window. Or I could just, you know, spray myself some more. Ooh. Oh. Nice. Or, I mean, it's far too early. It's 3 p.m. I could get myself a nice Kahlua milk, couldn't I? Got some Kahlua downstairs. Indeed! It's just a test. It's just a test stream. A laid-back test stream to see when the internet cuts out. We're doing alright so far. 0 drop frames still. I've turned off my torrents. Not that I torrent anything, of course. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Very law-abiding. Yes, they are, to the second channel, which is the channel you're watching right now. This is, I believe, King Animation, Channel 2! Really inventive name. Hope you like it. So yeah, what I've been doing, Shah's Counterattack. I watched Shah's Counterattack, watched Memories with Maki. Got Maki to watch Memories with me. The Katsuhiro Otomo film, you know, the Akira director. It's really good. Memories is really good. I highly recommend Memories if you haven't seen it. Shah's Counterattack, we finished Later Gundam. I've been watching Kyo Kara Ore wa, which is a OVA series from the 80s about delinquents, you know, Japanese school delinquents with the crazy hair, which is very, very funny. Highly recommended. Kyo Kara Ore wa. How the hell would you translate that? Because, I mean, it's literally, from today, I will. Or like, well, the wa is like, just like, from today, I. Who, you know, how would you translate Kyo Kara Ore wa? You can't even translate the ore. Hello! How goes it? I don't think it ever got a, Western release, but I'm sure they would have changed the title. Like Cromartie High School, yeah, kinda. There's that one that came out, was it last year? About a delinquent gang at school and time travel. He has to go back in time and take control of the gang to stop people getting murdered in the future. What was it called? Completely forgot the name. I watched all of it. In terms of audiobooks, because I'm always listening to audiobooks whilst I animate, I've been listening to, what is it? My Best Friend's Exorcism. which is an exorcism. But it's set in the 80s, so it has all, you know, all of the 80s nostalgia there. Like, the story's alright so far. It's not, it's kind of solid 5 out of 10 maybe. The character is a little bit two-dimensional. It's not, and I mean, you know, I'm not one of those people that say, oh, Stephen King, greatest writer that ever lived, but in Stephen King horror, you tend to get like entire chapters devoted to side characters, so you get inside their heads and stuff. There's none of that in this one. Like, all of the adults in it, because it's about teenage girls and one of them's possessed, and like all of the adults in it are just cartoon villains basically. Like, all the teachers are assholes, because obviously for the plot to work they can't just go to an adult and go, something terrible is happening, sort it out for us. So all of the adults just go, no, I don't want to hear it, and dismiss them immediately. And that's the way that's how you, it's like how in horror films, like, you know, you get lost in the woods but you have to find a way for their cell phones to not work, kind of thing. And normally you could think of a decent way for the cell phone to not to work, but like, if you deliberately have to write it so that the adults aren't gonna help, the adults are all useless, so the kids have to sort the problem themselves. Like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way than the adults all just going, no, I'm not hearing it, and just storming out of the room. Like, really? You're gonna... Okay, I guess. They kind of do that in It, in the novelization of It. The novelization? The novel came first. The original book of It. But I mean, that's all explained. That actually just part of the story. That everyone's under a kind of delusion. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk on writing adult characters. I'm not a writer. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, basically. So Ready Player One was kind of like, the story's kind of shitty and the main character's insufferable, but I really liked all the nostalgia. Like, I really liked it. I should watch Stranger Things at some point, shouldn't I? Also, thank you for saying that my animation is ultra mega crazy cool. Thanks. Like, there's a point in the story where, because her friend is, you know, clearly possessed. She's clearly possessed at this point. Loads of birds are flying into her house and smashing the windows and stuff. Like, obviously something's going a bit wrong. And the main character does some digging, and this probably isn't what happened. I haven't finished the story yet, but she's got it into her head that, you know, she got attacked in the woods. She got, like, assaulted. So, because she doesn't think she's possessed. She thinks she's having, like, some issues from probably getting attacked in the woods by some dude. So she goes to the head teacher, the principal of this fancy academy, and she's like, yeah, you know that my best friend who's like having like loads of problems recently, well, she's been raped. And the head teacher's like, preposterous, get out of here. Okay, alright then, that's how we're gonna resolve it. We need the head teacher not to listen to her. So he's just like, get the fuck out of here. So I guess that's my problem so far with the story, that all of the adults are just completely two-dimensional. He did a lot of crazy shit, didn't he, in the 80s? You know, remember, don't do drugs unless you're Stephen King, because it did create some good stories. Indeed. Well, I haven't really done any streams recently. I was in the middle of moving house and all of that stuff. And then we had a heat wave, and then I was just like in super crunch mode, which I still am. I really want to get this film finished. So I'm gonna be crunching to the end of the year, I think. I mean, I don't know, because I haven't finished the book yet, so it might all be explained. Like, you know, it might all be like the demon is like causing everyone to be really short-sighted or something, so they don't listen to her. I don't know. So I could be slagging this thing off without knowing the full context. But, you know, just my observations so far. Also, I don't know what the characters look like. Like, in my head, I don't know what the characters look like. Like, you normally get a description. You normally... It seems kind of... Or maybe I missed it, though. I don't know. I don't know. I am very stupid. But I don't... Yeah, I just don't have any idea in my head of what the characters really look like. I know one of them's blonde, and that's all I know, really. And again, Stephen King, you know, people say that his books are way too long. Maybe they are. But one thing with a really long book that's the size of a telephone directory is that, you know, you get some good descriptions of the characters and you know what each one of them looks like in a Stephen King story. I will do it. I've put everything else on hold. I'm gonna get this one finished. Let's see how this is looking so far. Huh. So it's alright, except I forgot about this highlight bit on the cheek here. Count of Monte Cristo. Have you seen the anime? Have you seen the anime of that? Gankutsuo. It's Count of Monte Cristo in space. And it's good shit, actually. A lot of people didn't like it because it uses this really weird digital effect on the clothes that just does people's eyes in. But this is strange because, you know, I don't normally like digital effects. I like my anime to look as old school as possible, but like I didn't mind it at all. But yeah, it's good. Oh, it's good stuff. An anime version of Count of Monte Cristo in the future in space with like super fancy, like gleaming French architecture space stations and stuff, and mech piloting and all kinds of crazy shit in it. It's good. It's good stuff. Right, how are we doing now? That's a bit better. We'll get that, get shading on the hair. I am just going to go downstairs. How long have we been going? An hour, so that's not bad. Take a quick coffee break. Although it won't be coffee, I'm going to stick some Kahlua and some milk in a cup because I don't want anything hot right now. If I can, it's been so long since I streamed, I can't even remember my keyboard shortcuts. I believe it's this, so I'll see you in a few minutes.
A very special cup of coffee, a new standard in
Oh, you can still see me!
a new standard in pureness, blended together.
You can still
to give
see
a
me.
new
Hold
standard
on.
in smooth. The gold blend
I've got a
standard.
thing. I set a thing
Only
up.
from Nescafe.
It's only memories of Earth and the rich smell of this coffee that keeps my spirits up. Coffee.
Yeah, how about that?
At least we'll reach our
Oh yeah,
destinations.
okay, I'll be back.
Coffee. Coffee. You make a fine cup of coffee. You've made my day.
Are you taking your coffee break now, Alan?
Yeah, that's right. You want some? Coffee. And I had to go make coffee for two. Hurry up, would you? My coffee's starting to cool off. Coffee, my salvation from my day-to-day drudgery. Coffee. A little bitter, but still an excellent blend.
Boy, you should switch to decaf.
Hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee.
Come in.
Thank you.
Will Gold Blend be too good for your guests?
Oh, I think they could get used to it.
It's a very sophisticated coffee.
They have very sophisticated taste.
Do they?
Yes. Well, I must be getting back.
Now, golden roasted, richer, smoother, Nescafe Gold Blend.
Have you met your new neighbor yet?
Oh, I've popped in for coffee.
Come on, Dad. You're playing Vicky, not Andre Agassi.
Don't be so sure.
Agassi.
Hi, call me Andre.
Nescafe, Andre?
You bet. Nescafe sure is coffee at its best. That's the best thing served to me all week. Who's up for doubles?
Yeah! The best days are Nescafe days.
今結構忙しいんだろ？そういえば例の歌の歌詞はで
私はあなたが好き。
Days looking new and bright, and you're gonna start it right. Folger's starting to brew, the aroma's calling you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Mornings are brighter with mountain-grown Folgers because mountain-grown coffee has more enticing aroma than any other kind.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Please enjoy this footage of velvety smooth beans, followed by a well-shot close-up of a hot brown liquid that's brewed by mixing heated water.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes two ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
お嬢さん方を応接室に。
はい。
美味しいコーヒーを入れましょうかね。美味しいコーヒーができましたよ。
I only showed you that to remind you you desperately need your fix.
男の温度が上がった。飲んで飲んでまた飲みたい。缶入りコーヒーウエスト。
Go West.
いつもそばにいてね。
ボス、私のそばにいてね。ボス、決して私見捨てないでお願い。ボス、I can't live without you. ボス、I can't live without you. ボス、いつもそ
ばにいてねボス私のそばにいてねボス決して私見捨てないでお願いBoss, I can't live without you. Boss, I can't live without you.
Boss, I can't live without you. Well, we're back. So I got this summery milk beverage. Not coffee today. It's just a Kahlua milk. It's like half a White Russian. So chat, when you're on YouTube, when you subscribe to someone on YouTube, do you ever see, is this a completely useless thing or do you actually see it? Do you ever see when someone makes a post on YouTube, like, you know, a text post? Because I never get alerted to them. I'm wondering if I should, because the stream seems to be working. The stream seems to be going alright. So I'm wondering if I should make a YouTube post telling people that I'm streaming. I could do it. We're on 14 views. Let's see if we can get it up to like 20. Hold on a sec. I'll put this up here. You can still hear me. And I'll make a post. Let's see. Ooh, gonna have to make it on my main account. Hopefully it doesn't log out of my Channel 2 account. It's okay, I'll do it in Firefox. If you do it in Firefox, everything's good. Let's see. Not in your actual subscriptions feed. Yeah, there are channels that I'm subscribed to, and they do a video and it never even tells me. Right, yeah. Maybe on the phone app. Well, I'll make one now. Create post. And as a shortcut, I'll just copy paste what I said in the tweet that I did. What is this? Wow. It actually works? It actually works! Oh, thank you for the $20 for the eyebrow fund. Thanks, Edo. I will use that money to invest in a nostril hair and eyebrow hair clipper. Right, okay. So we copy paste that. Wow, it actually worked. I can't believe it. Maybe it finally, I don't know. The gears just clicked into place, perhaps. Right, so I do that. We'll drop this very eye-catching image in there. If I can find it. Post. Okay, the post has been made. Let's get back to it. We're back. Yes, Manscape. I've got a pretty good hair clipper just for doing my hair, because here's a fact that you don't need to know about me, but I'll tell you anyway. Like, I've got a phobia. Not a phobia, but I went to the hairdresser once when I was a kid. I went to the barber once, and all I remember is just itching for hours after. All the hair had gotten down the back of my shirt, and I mean this was in the early 80s, so I was probably a stupid child and squirming around and stuff. But anyway, after that, I well, I didn't do my own hair after that because I was about 5. So my mother did my hair. My mother did my hair, which no one should ever admit that. But once I got old enough, I just got the hair clippers and just do my own hair now. But I mean, it's tricky because you can't see the back, so you have to, you know, you have to use a complex mirror setup. You have to have a mirror here, a mirror behind. And when your eyesight's as terrible as mine, the slightest mishap it can cause some terrible discrepancies. Right then, let's continue. Oh, I see. We're gonna need, so that bit on the cheek here, we need it on these two as well. So here's what I'll do. I'll choose some really obvious colour like red. I'll fill it. Use that as a mask. No! Oh, I see. Use that as a mask. Delete, delete. There you go. Nice! Let me see if I've got anything else I can show you here. Let me just rummage through my folders. Oh, I got a nice face close up here I can show you. What else have I got? I can't show you that because it's a massive spoiler. What else have I got here? Oh, I got some good stuff in this folder, but you can't see it. You can't see it. Alright, so look at this. 24 frames per second. 3 frames. It's just one of those eye wobble things that you get in anime. So that'll be on screen for about 5 seconds. Anyway, what else have I got? So we've already seen this one. Turned out alright. Turned out okay. We're currently working on this one. We've already seen this one. And the best one of all, Untitled, that just comes with TVPaint whenever you open a new project. Let's do an animation. What do you want? Here's a plane. How do you draw a plane? There's the cockpit. There's the cockpit. There's the wings. It's got like the little things at the side. Oh, I see. We're not working, are we? Interesting. Okay, there you go. Wow, what a boring angle for a plane. This is absolutely abhorrent. This is the worst thing I've ever done. It's a boring angle. Oh, you get that smear animation on them. Ooh, yeah, yeah, boy. And you know, in theory, you'd then, you know, go and ink over it and clean all this stuff up and blah blah blah. But we ain't doing that. So I guess anyone, oh yeah, like a bit more there, like so. Oof. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And then you just in between it, like we'd add 30 in-betweens and it would be the dullest, most uninspired animation that anyone's ever seen. Why Can I not move? Why can I not... Ooh, why can I not move it along? There we go. Oh. Alright, that wasn't what I asked for. No. It's fighting me. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Stop. Immediately. What? What in the hell? TVPaint's doing something very strange here. Something very strange, but it's okay. I'll force it. There you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Look at that! Subscriptions are working as well now. Very nice, thank you for testing that out for me. Cheers. Yeah, YouTube buried it. Ah, not to worry. Not to worry. I mean, in theory, if people follow me on Twitter, then they'll always get a tweet that I'm gonna stream, so we can't trust YouTube. We can't trust it. Is this alien? No, certainly not. Oh, no. Certainly not. Ooh, Kahlua milk. It's good. Yeah, I don't have super chats enabled because you know it's there's not many people and it's nice and slow. So why force people to pay to to get me to answer their question? I'll answer your question anyway. So we don't really have any need for super chats. Yeah, there is like a donation down there if you want to buy me a sandwich. Absolutely, the sandwich fund is very important. That's one thing about moving to a new place. Like at the old place, there was a supermarket, like a mini supermarket, literally 1 minute walk from my house, to be honest. And here I have to walk a bit further, but you know, it's exercise, so it's alright. Hope the sound of the curtains thrashing around in the wind over there isn't too distracting. You probably can't hear it. It's a pretty decent mic, but... Can you hear that? Ooh, it's getting a bit crazy out there now. Yeah, ham sandwiches. Ham sandwiches are always good. I've been eating a little bit more healthily though since I moved to the new place than living on ham sandwiches as I used to do. Ooh. Let me go and roll that blind up a bit so it doesn't keep smacking into the wall. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I can. Enough! Enough! Ooh! Oh, I got a nice breeze coming in through there. Spam. Spam's alright actually. Spam's okay. Although I don't want to know what it's made out of. Looks so messy close up. The lines, I mean, we are at 215% though, so no one's ever going to see that. Indeed, I can't have them making me look unprofessional. Why, thank you. Thank you, Connor. Supposedly there's a Costco. There's a Costco nearby. I didn't even know we had Costco in the UK. I went to a Costco with Mackie when I was in America last year. And my housemates go to Costco and get like huge bulk, like there's like a massive tub of coffee downstairs they got from Costco. It's like this big. It'll last a year. Oh. So I could do that. Oh, thank you, Wes. Wes is here. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I'll spend all of this cash on only the fanciest, most healthy foods. Aha. Indeed, yeah. Like, it's a better area that I live in now. So I'm a bit confused as to why I'm constantly hearing police sirens at like all hours. I think maybe because it's closer to the main road, the one that comes from the police and like the ambulance station and everything. Like maybe this is just where this is the main artery that they all go down or something. But I mean, it's really quiet apart from the dogs. Commando, yeah. I hum this tune to myself a lot when I'm in the shower. Showers are boring, and you know, Commando tune makes showers more interesting. Maybe so, yeah. Oh, you got TVPaint. How are you finding it? Like I have found that the TVPaint staff are very good at getting back to you, like with any issues you have with the program. It's not, you know, it's not like trying to talk to YouTube where fill out these forms and maybe an automated algorithm will get back to you. Like no, with TVPaint, actual people. Oh, so you actually saw it in the YouTube. We were discussing that earlier, like whether or not it would actually show up for people. Who knows? But yeah, I'm glad you could catch it. Indeed, yeah, everything's carrying on as normal. I moved house, but everything's coming along nicely with the film. And this test of my internet seems to be going alright. We haven't had any outages or interruptions. Oh, nice. What's the best thing about TVPaint? I just like that it doesn't crash. I like that it doesn't crash and it does everything I want it to do, which is... I fight with almost every other program I have. Like, I just have to fight every program for it to do just the most basic things, and TVPaint just works. I think the last stable Windows I had was XP? Was it XP? Is that what it was called? Years ago, like early 2000s. And every Windows after that has been, you know, whatever update they do just messes something up. Knocks out the pressure sensitivity on my graphics tablet. I don't know. There's always something. It just works. It just works. Except it actually does. unlike Todd. Always telling us his sweet little lies. Hope you've all bought Skyrim again. Ooh, it's a Meg CD. Mega CD Final Fight music. I watched. Now that I have my camera, I can emphasize my points by pointing at you. I watched a really interesting video about the Sega Saturn, which I found fascinating, but bear in mind, obviously, I'm working on very boring frame by frame things for hours and hours at a time, so anything on in the background that isn't shit is like really good. Really good for me. So I found this absolutely fascinating video on the Sega Saturn hardware, and because you know, a lot of, I don't know what you've heard about the Saturn, but the prevailing wisdom of the time is Sega Saturn was a flop. It was really hard to program for. It was really underpowered compared to the PlayStation. Like just a joke of a machine that didn't stand a chance. And Sony wiped the floor with it, which like isn't true at all. But that's what people have heard. And this video put to rest a lot of those rumors, and I thought it was great. So that's my recommendation if you're into old hardware and gaming history. It was, hold on, let me find it for you. I may as well just post the link in the directly into the chat, hadn't I? Let's have a look. So it's a channel called Sega Lord X, which you know, having a slightly cringy name, I can understand. you get on YouTube when you're young, you put in the first name you could think of, and then you're stuck with it. So you know, I didn't intend to be Ota King for the rest of my life, but here we are. I'm sure he didn't intend to be Sega Lord X for the rest of his life. But if you can get past his slightly, slightly hyperbolic way of speaking, then the videos are actually very good. Let me have a look here. Let me see here. Yeah, I do my backgrounds in Photoshop. I am going to find this thing. This is what people come to live streams for a standby screen and the guy doing the stream searching for a video on YouTube in the background. I will find it. This is like a personal crusade now. Or at least I'll give it another 1 minute, and if I haven't found it, I'll give up. How about that? No, I can't see it. 30 more seconds, and that's it. I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is the one. Alright. There you go. If you get bored, have a look at that. And then we do this, and we're back. where was I? What was I even shading? I guess we're working on the eye, aren't we? But yeah, basically, long story short, Sega were an arcade manufacturer. They made really high-end arcade machines. What, oh, sorry, my keyboard's dead. There we go. And so when they made the Saturn, they made it like they made their arcade machines, which was with 2 processors, which is madness. You know, it's really hard. It's really hard to program for. But the thinking was, we'll make it like the arcade, like our arcade boards, and then we can port our arcade games to the Saturn quite easily. But the trouble is, you know, only Sega knew how to do it, and all the third-party games manufacturers had real trouble with it. They couldn't even do basic stuff like transparency effects and things. So you'd have a PlayStation game like Wipeout, and all the engine trails coming off the vehicles would be like beautifully transparent, like millions of colours. And then the same game on the Saturn, they weren't transparent, they were like a horrible like mesh effect that looked really ugly. And so everyone at the time thought, well, it can't do transparencies and it can't do this effect, it can't do that effect. It could, it's just only Sega really knew how. So yeah, I don't know. Damn good machine, the Saturn. I could have searched my YouTube history, but it would have been literally months ago. Yeah, Shining Force. That was I believe that was internally Sega programmed, wasn't it? I think Sega themselves did Shining Force. Like, later on in the Saturn's life, companies started figuring out, like, you know, some of the really good ones like Core Design started figuring out how to do some of the stuff that supposedly the Saturn couldn't do. And you started getting like some really, really nice graphics later on. But I mean, for fighting games, it was the console to have at the time. It was just the Saturn conversions of Street Fighter Alpha and Darkstalkers and whatnot. They were pretty much arcade perfect, and the PlayStation had to cut out a bunch of animation frames and things. Because the PlayStation was more of a 3D machine, and the Saturn was a 2D powerhouse. Yeah, there we go. If it's Sonic Team, then it's pretty much the cream of the crop when it comes to knowing their way around the hardware. I always loved Dark Savior on the Saturn. It's a little known RPG with a parallel, it's got like a parallel story system. So you have to play it about 4 times to see everything. Because, you know, time splits off depending on what you do at the start of the game, and you go on various different routes. So at some points in the game, you'll see, in the distance, you'll see yourself, you'll see your character doing something completely different. And then if you take that route when you play the game again, then you do that thing, kind of. I don't know, I'm not explaining it very well, but fantastic game, Dark Savior. Oh, really? No, I just assumed it was Sonic Team. I'm just going to fill in this gap here. We'll worry about the neck in a moment. We'll just get the face done for now. Oh, you noticed that? You noticed that? Yeah, it's the Saturn and PlayStation one. But yeah. Bit more of that world building there to really let you know it's the year 1994. I missed that though. Like nowadays, all consoles are pretty much the same. I mean, obviously different games are available on different systems, but you know, there's not a huge amount of difference between whatever the latest generation Xbox and PlayStation are right now. Whereas, you know, back then it was like, oh, I want this console because it can do this kind of thing that the others can't. Yeah, I've noticed on Twitter a few people have been visiting that little arcade world that I made on VR Chat. Nice to see. No, they don't feel as special. I mean, maybe it's nostalgia, but obviously everything's online as well now, and can be taken away in a few years. Even if you've bought it, you might not own it still. I don't really like how that feels. It feels a bit dirty. You know, obviously we are still getting good games though. I don't really have time to play games that much, but, and I mean, this is the newest game I've played is Pikmin 3. I loved Pikmin 3, I had a great time on Pikmin 3. When I went to visit Mackie last year, I played Pikmin 3 the whole time I was there. On the Switch. It should be yours forever. Until it, you know, stops working. But back in the day on the Mega Drive, you know, you bought a game and it was yours. You didn't expect 5 years' time Sega would come to your house and snatch the Streets of Rage cartridge out of your house and say this is no longer available. But that's how it is now that things are online, I guess. So yeah, not a huge fan of that. .360 was pretty good, yeah. I think we're gonna have to do these boobs, aren't we? I think we only got like the first part of Shining Force, I think, didn't we? Like a bunch of it was in Japanese and was never available in the West translated. So you could play the first act and then you never got the rest. If I'm remembering right. It's like, oh, I don't have my mask turned on. Speaking of masks, we should be, we're in the middle of a pandemic, we should be social distancing. Hold on. One moment. Oh yeah, there we go. Should do the rest of the stream responsibly. I do like this actually. Keeps my face warm. I mean, not so much now though we're in a heat wave, but in the winter it was too. And also, it was the first year that I didn't get a cold. So that was nice. So I've decided that people are filthy. And that even if COVID ever goes away, which, I mean, good luck with that, I guess, I'm going to keep wearing this mask out in public just like so I don't have to breathe people's air. Should get like full-on Scorpion from Mortal Kombat 1, because my ears are always cold. Like something that would cover my ears as well would be perfect. Oh, okay. Yeah, fan translations are, I mean, it is nice. It is nice that that's something that the internet has really helped. That's stuff we would never have gotten before that was finally available. Really? That is surprising. I wouldn't have thought Sega would, especially Sega of Japan, who are very, very big into that, don't do anything even remotely grey area illegal. What a mess. What a mess, all those lines. Let's see. Toon Boom Harmony. I used a little bit when I was in Australia, but I couldn't get the hang of it. Like, I'm terrible with vectors. Terrible with vectors. Yeah, it has to be raster for me. Can't get my head around new things. Well, I can a little bit. tiny bit. I did kind of, I taught myself 3D like a little bit. Still can't really do texturing and stuff like that, but I can model more or less. More or less. Only in a very crude way though, like an actual 3D person, if they were sitting behind me watching me work, would just be ripping their hair out like that. Why is he doing it that way? That takes so long. He doesn't even know the reverse normals command. Yeah, it can be tricky getting programs to play nicely. I'm gonna get another drink. I'll be back in a moment. In fact, I'll be so quick we don't even need a coffee break, I don't think. Feel like I'm losing weight. Good. See you in a moment. Well, let's continue. Something you could do if you wanted to, so you could draw this line like that. It's a forbidden technique I'm showing you here. It can go very wrong if you abuse it. Right, so then you extend that across the timeline there. Go to multi-plane camera so we can move it around. Hello. Would you move, please? It's my keyboard. My keyboard's dead. My keyboard died. Is my keyboard actually dead? It actually is. I mean, caps lock's working, but it's not moving left and right. What the hell? Hold on a sec, something's gone wrong. it was the forbidden technique. I should never have threatened to show you it. Like, everything's gone wrong. Can I at least save? I can save. All right, we're okay. Okay, are we going? No, still broken. So yeah, the wire going into the back of my keyboard has maybe been pulled on a little bit too much over the years, and often it makes that annoying Windows you've plugged a USB thing in sound and dies. And I think, and it always comes back, but I think it's actually dead for good now. Can I can control Alt. Okay, so that's nice. One moment then. I'll close down TVPaint, open it up again. Let's see. Can we recover this situation? I'm not too scared because, like I say, TVPaint tends to not really crash. Yeah, it's back. It's working again. Yeah, so the keyboard knocked everything out for a moment. Yeah, wireless. I have problems with wireless. Like, I don't know. I just like I like having stuff plugged in. Anyway, so as I was saying, multiplane camera. We've got this line drawn here. And now we can move it around like that, so we don't have to keep drawing the line. It's kind of cheating. It's kind of cheating, and it does look incredibly fake. It can end up looking like not meant in a bad way, but it can end up looking like flash shading, like you're just moving shapes around, which I mean you are. But if you're doing like 60 frames of something and it's barely moving, it can help. So, you know, something like that. That's been a lot quicker than redrawing that each time. Yeah. I mean, you can turn the anti-aliasing off in this as well, if you wanted. So we may have to do a bit of cleanup in this. I'm kind of sculpting at the moment. You got a big block of wood, I was gonna say. you got a big block of, I don't know, stone, and you're just taking chunks out of it, and you're gonna refine it later. That's kind of what I'm doing with the shading here, just trying to, I don't know, define shapes and curves and things, and probably failing quite badly at it. Right then, so oh. Do you know what I did last night, chat? I fell asleep on the phone on Skype to Mackie bitching about Evangelion. That's when you know. That's when you know that something's gone wrong in your life. You fall asleep bitching about Evangelion. That poor girl. Poor long-suffering producer Mackie. We got a gap, but where? We don't, there isn't one. Don't know what happened there. Haha! Yes, life is treating me quite well, actually. I mean, it's a bit toasty. It's a little bit too warm. How are you doing? Ooh, Bottoms, yeah, Bottoms is good. I need to finish Bottoms. I still need to finish Bottoms. That's my problem. Like, if I stop watching something for some reason, like if I don't know, like anything happens at all, if a friend comes to visit or something, like for 2 days, whatever I was watching, I just don't go back to. I don't know why. And so I was like, I mean, it was quite far into Bottoms as well. He was on the derelict spaceship, so it was like the third arc. I think it was like the third arc, so that's right near the end. Same with Gatchaman as well. There's so much stuff I need to finish off. Ideon, yeah, did Ideon a couple of years ago. It's got some Yoshiyuki Tomino moments in it, hasn't it? But yeah, it doesn't go quite as off the rails as say Zeta Gundam and Char's Counterattack in terms of directing. Like, in terms of story, it's crazy. In terms of story, it's crazy, Ideon, especially with the movie. But in terms of directing, like, I think it's better directed. I love Zeta Gundam, but it's hard to tell what's going on. Holy shit! Just like basic writing. It's like Tomino didn't take a writing, like, not writing as in a story, but like writing as in visual writing, visual directing. It's like he didn't take a course and made it up. And what he ended up with was a very distinctive style, which made him very famous. But if you want actual tactics and stuff, it can be kind of infuriating. Like, why is the AU only got one ship? Now they've got 2 ships. That's their entire fleet for most of the series. Now they're attacking Axis, and now they've got a whole fleet. Where did that come from? Why are Axis over here now? And now Axis have left, and the Titans are, sorry, the Titans. I always call them the Titans. The Titans, as it's pronounced. The Titans are here, and like, why are the Titans? Why are they retreating now? Like, they've got the upper hand. Why is Grips 2, which is the main Titans base, suddenly, like, they've abandoned it between episodes and it's never explained why, and now Haman has occupied it? Like, it's just, holy shit, man. Holy shit. And it wasn't just me. There were 4 of us watching it, and we were pausing it. And going, so what's happening now? So Haman has gone over there, but Bask is here, and like, why is Shah doing, you know, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb, but I had a hell of a time following it. And then you go to Shah's counterattack, and if you just went from there to Shah's counterattack, you'd be totally lost. Like, why is Shah taking over Neo Geo now? Like, what? Anyway, whilst I was ranting, I missed out on chat. I'm gonna catch up on some chat. No, never seen Yamato. Of course, Black Magic M66 has to be mentioned each stream. Yeah, Zeta's confusing. But it's confusing because, I mean, the more Tomino stuff you see, like G-Reco, I watched Gino Reconquista, and there are bits in that as well that are just, you can tell that he knows what's going on, but either he didn't have time or he didn't have the inclination to tell you, the viewer. So like, I'm guessing most people here haven't seen G-Reco anyway. There's random bits, like, all the characters keep mentioning to this one guy, like, oh, you're lucky you haven't been eaten, and it turns out that he's a and they're like, oh, you're such a Kuntara, and you should have been eaten. It's like, Kuntara are like, apparently, like a sub-race of people who were used as food during times of famine, like hundreds of years ago. But that's never told to you in the series. That's all in like supplemental materials, I guess, New Type magazine and stuff that, not reading Japanese, the English people aren't ever going to know about. So it's like, he puts in all this crazy stuff and then doesn't tell you about it. It doesn't, like... So a lot of these conversations don't really make any sense. I don't know. He just doesn't seem to have much interest in enlightening the viewer as to what's going on, which pisses me off a bit. I'm doing well. How are you doing? I hope you're not roasting in the summer heat. It's actually pretty nice here. It's 26 degrees. Oh, because this is an international stream, 79 America degrees. 79 freedom degrees in my room right now. Haha! A link in the to the playlist? Oh, what? There's a Yamato playlist. I watched a bunch of Harlock a couple of years ago. I did like Harlock. Arcadia of my youth had some really nice animation in it, actually. I love, anyone who knows me knows that I love my hand animated spaceships, and there's so many shots of like, here's the Arcadia, and it's like, look, it's rotating in 360 degrees, and now it's moving towards the camera, and it's all hand animated. No, it's 80s, there's no CG, and you're just like, ooh, that must have taken ages to do. It looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. Mmm. Indeed. It's nice to have some, you know, some differences. I remember I went to France once when I was a kid, and a lot of the fun of going to another country was using the currency. It's like, well, look at this fancy looking thing. This is a franc. And then everything went standard to the euro, and I guess euros, I assume they look different. They look different in each country, I guess. But I mean, it's still the same currency, isn't it? It was cooler when everyone had their own, I think. Gives places more character. I mean, yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but it gives places more character. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, my face is. I thought I'd since this is a test stream, we've still dropped 0 frames. We're still doing all right, actually. But yes, this is a test stream. I figured I'll stick the camera on. We are old people. But that won't stop me from rocking. I'm off out tomorrow, actually. This kind of stuff's a pain in the ass. Like, we got to draw this highlight on the arm, going across all of these frames. And honestly, it'll be easy just to do it a little bit at a time like this. Oh yeah, Dominion's fantastic, and it's interesting in that it's not an adaptation of the manga. It's like a prequel to the manga, and it fits perfectly. It's just so good. Like I'm pretty sure that Shiro was involved in it. It feels far too faithful to the source material for some people to have just made it. Like, it feels like he had to have been involved. I'm not sure. I was doing a bunch of those scenes, yeah. I was doing a bunch of those scenes, but I was also moving house. Like, I'm in a new house now. This is probably the only project, thinking about it, where I have that problem, because, you know, obviously I want to update every week on Patreon. I want people to see what I've been doing, but in this one there are a bunch of things that I can't show because they're spoilers, whereas you know, everything I do after this, any other film or whatever, I can just show whatever. I mean, you know, if everyone dies in the mech film, I probably won't show on Patreon the scene where everyone dies, for instance, but I'll show everything else. But yeah, there's a bunch of things I have to keep to myself in this one, which makes it tricky, because some weeks I'm like, well, I've done loads of shit this week, but I can't show any of it. So I'll just have to like show a still frame or something of a background, and no one's interested in that. But at least it shows that I've been working. But I can't prove that I've been working. And then I look at Patreon at the end of the month, and it's like 2 people have left taking $20 with them, and I was like, this is because I didn't show them what I was doing. So, you know, you get really paranoid. You get really paranoid with Patreon sometimes. People are leaving, I'm doing loads of stuff wrong, kind of thing. I'm glad you like backgrounds. I should post more actually. Like backgrounds are, I mean, they take ages to do, so why not show them, I guess. And a lot of times, like in this scene, you know, it's when you see it in the film, it's covered up. Like a bunch of it is covered up, so you'll never see what's behind her unless I post that on Patreon, I guess. When's it coming out? When are we even starting it? Is more the issue. But I mean, there's some interesting and potentially quite exciting stuff going on with that. So I can't really say much about it, but possibly it might be a bigger project than I was thinking. As in, like, we might actually have some backing behind it. Maybe in Japan, but don't quote me on that. Let's just say we're in negotiations. But honestly, you know, I will be happy to take 5 years and do it the way I'm doing this on Patreon. That would be fine by me as well. So either way, it will get made. Urusei Yatsura. So I'm not like I'm not a huge fan of the original because I haven't really seen it, to be honest. Like my favourite Rumiko Takahashi thing is Maris. Maris the Wonder Girl is my favourite. I've never really seen much of Ranma or Urusei Yatsura. And obviously the new one looks very new. Like, it looks very, it's got all those fancy digital effects on the hair and stuff. So I'm always going to prefer the look of the old TV series and the movies, just from looking at the screenshots. But I mean, hopefully it'll be good though. Hopefully. Oh, did manga finally go? That is sad. I loved Manga Entertainment. I did work experience at Manga Entertainment. I was down there for a good few weeks when I was in school, and it was fantastic. That was the first time I left home actually and went, you know, stayed on my own in London somewhere. I was probably like 13 or something. And you know, that was like 95, 96. So that was when London was really good. Like all the good shit in London was still there. The Trocadero arcade was there. You got like 4 or 5 floors of arcade games. That's dead now. There was Yaohan Plaza with this massive like Japanese bookstore just full of manga. There was the really big Forbidden Planet there. And so when I wasn't working at Manga, I'd go down into Oxford Street on the weekends and just go hunting for manga and stuff, which still wasn't... Ooh, who's this? Thank you for subscribing. So, you know, it's obviously it's good that anime and manga are so widespread now. Like, all the normies know about it, and that's what I wanted at the time. Like, I was like, holy shit, this anime stuff's great. I wish everybody knew about it. I wish everybody watched it. And I've got my wish, everybody does. But it kind of feels like a monkey paw wish, maybe. Because it doesn't feel as special anymore. Oh, Urusei Yatsura? Well, I mean, it's Japan, so they won't give a shit. That's what I like about Japan. That's like, they'll just do whatever they want. They'll do whatever they want. And I'm always for, you know, if you're telling a story, just do whatever you want. You can't, you know, all of the greats, I'd say, in any field, like manga, anime, video games, like anything. Well, less so with games, I would guess, but you can't. It's always been like someone had a vision and did it. Like it wasn't like EA now, you know, like we'll do a big committee and decide what microtransactions go here and how culturally sensitive we want this bit to be, and like you saw their diversity, EA's diversity. What was it? The big controversy thing they had recently, where they had, what was it? They did like some AI or something to figure out how diverse their characters were, and like, this character isn't diverse enough, we need to put them in a wheelchair, and like really just insulting things like that. That's what happens when you make stuff by committee, I guess. That was an interesting three act message there, Zentron. Yeah, Collindale. It was Yauhan Plaza back in the 90s, and I think then it changed to Oriental City, which I thought was a really boring name. And I don't think it was on the ground floor. It was this massive Japanese bookshop, and like half of it was manga in Japanese, and at the time I'd never seen anything like it. Like, I'd never seen why would a shop sell something not in English? That's amazing. And so I was just in there just for hours looking and flicking through the manga. Like, I found so many collections of like Street Fighter gag manga and things like that, just like shelves and shelves of Street Fighter gag manga. I bought so much of that shit. Yeah. You can't. I mean, well, you can make something by committee, but you end up with the Total Recall remake or the RoboCop remake or something like that. And, you know, manga is still very much like some dude writes and draws it himself, and maybe has a bunch of assistants to do all the screen toning and the backgrounds and stuff, but it's generally one person, which has always seemed like the best way for me. Because, you know, with American comics, you'll have a character like Spider-Man, and over the years it'll be written by hundreds and hundreds of different people and drawn by hundreds of different artists, and the quality is just so all over the place. You'll get some things that everyone agrees like a masterpiece, like the Alan Moore, was it the Alan Moore Batman one, Dark Knight Returns or whatever, that everyone says is incredible, and then you'll get just some terrible stuff. Whereas with, say, a manga like Bastard, you're just going to get consistent. Well, it's not even consistent, it's just going to get better and better. The artwork just gets better and better in Bastard, and it's always drawn by the same guy, and it's just mind-blowing, the kind of city scenes and crowd scenes and stuff he's doing by the end. Yeah, no, totally. It was the best thing, yeah, like the best compromise. If you couldn't go to Japan, you just go to London instead. If you're in England anyway, there's probably better options if you weren't stuck in the UK. But yeah, it was crazy. Just seeing all of those art books and things. Never seen anything like it. Well, thank you. Thank you, Nero. I hope you're doing well as well. Occasionally I see good things on Twitter, not very often, but occasionally I see good things on Twitter. And someone posted, because this music is reminding me of it, someone posted like an old morning TV interview segment from British TV in the 80s about the Codemasters. That was a publishing house that made Commodore 64 games in the 80s. And in my mind I always figured it's Codemasters, they're really big, like they must have loads of people working for them. They made, like, you know, some of the biggest Commodore 64 games. It was, and so on this news report it's like, no, actually it's two 20-year-olds in a room. It's two 20-year-olds in a room just making their own games, and they're millionaires. They were millionaires at the time of, you know, they'd sold so many games. It's like, I don't think you could do that now. Like, the era of people making games in their bedrooms and potentially becoming a huge, like, games company off of that. I don't know, it just seemed like a magical time, I guess. A magical time. Yeah, Orange Road is another thing I really need to watch. So there's a bunch of stuff. I need to watch Ranma, I need to watch Urusei Yatsura, Orange Road, done all of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's funny. Sailor Moon's really good. I need to do Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye and City Hunter. I need to watch all of those. Oh, well, Barry, yeah. Oh, Barry's just fantastic, yeah. I even like how he draws characters. A lot of people, this is unfair, they call him the Rob Liefeld of Japan, like, because of his proportions and stuff, but, I mean, only if you, maybe if you look at, like, some of his hentai stuff, it's a little bit crazy, but, like, then look at his Fatal Fury and King of Fighters stuff, and they're perfectly good. They're perfectly good human proportions. A little bit stylized, but I like it. But yeah, I mean, he just absolutely shines when it comes to mech stuff. Just give him, like, he doesn't even have to do the designs. Give him your already designed robot and he'll make it 50 times better. Like, his stuff on Bubblegum Crisis is just, I mean, he did the two best Bubblegum Crisis episodes, in my opinion. Yeah, I do love Obari. I'd like to meet him one day. I'd love to meet him. But, I mean, what would you say to him? That's the thing with meeting anybody famous whose work you really like and have done for years. Like, what are you going to tell them that they haven't already heard? They've heard it millions of times before, and I don't know. I would say something. I would try and say something that maybe not many people have said. Like, I really like your work on the obscure hentai two-part OVA Guy. I don't know if you did episode 1, but your stuff at episode 2 is really great in Guy. He must have designed Guy, like has anyone seen Guy? Like, he turns into a kind of like mech demon looking thing, and it looks so Obari, but he must have designed it, he must have. I was talking to Maggie about Elfen Lied last night as well, before we got onto Evangelion. It does, yeah, the new place, it doesn't, I mean, it's still pretty bad, it really traps the heat in, and even it gets to be like 3 in the morning and the temperature's gone down to 20 degrees outside and it's still 30 degrees inside. It lets the heat out very slowly. But I mean, it's way better than the old place. Yeah, it is much better than the old place. I see. Indeed, yeah. I watched it. I think I watched a DVD rip recently of Guy, and if you're into that kind of thing, you know, there are things that they had to cut out of the UK version to get it released. Never really been a fan of censorship. Like, show the whole thing or don't show any of it, I always thought. Although saying that, what am I? Yeah, Project ACO is what I was thinking. Like, Project ACO, I think, really benefited from them changing gears, and you know, you all know about Project ACO, how it was going to be a hentai originally, and somewhere along the production they figured actually this is so good that we can just release it in cinemas, and everyone would like it. So let's just cut the screwing out and just make a mech comedy instead. And I mean, it's just fantastic. It's just fantastic. Ooh, aircon. I would like aircon. Oh, yeah, I would like to go to the. Who are you? Who am I talking to? Who is this? Who is this? If you know me and Rick and the arcade, then obviously it's someone that we know. But oh yeah, our aircon would be great. It's expensive though. It's Adam! It's Adam, the man himself. How's it going? Like, how is the arcade club going? I mean, I'm hoping that the pandemic didn't hit it too hard. Of course we do. We can both never return to the Ninja Empire. Yeah, no, I hope it's going well. If you don't know, Adam fixes up old arcade cabinets and makes them like new. And he's one of the main people at Arcade Club in Leeds. It is the Leeds one, isn't it? It's the big one in Leeds. Oh shit, nice. Nice. Expanding, okay. Because yeah, I mean, I was we've got like a little gaming lounge cafe thing in Sheffield, and I went there before the whole COVID thing, and then COVID happened, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna kill all these small things that I like. But no, it survived, and yeah, no, I'm always like really glad to hear that places that I enjoy going to are still alive, and I can potentially go to them again in the future. Nice. The burnout guy. The burnout guy? If you've seen that that video, chat, I have like a little video blog thing I posted to my channel where we went down to the arcade. You can see Adam in there talking about Pong and Space Harrier fixing up the cabinets. Yeah, no, I definitely do want to go down there again. It's just I I guess I need to convince Rick so that I can get a ride down there. Oh, I don't remember that. But you must have mentioned it. Burnout. What was Burnout for? What was that released on? Right, okay. After the stream, I'll, in fact, we could do it now. We can have a look for some footage. Let's say Xbox. So this is what we're talking about then, from 9 years ago. I'll leave the sound off. Oh, you worked for Acclaim. How are you still alive? How did you escape? Burnout 3. Two years ago. I think I saw a video recently about maybe not though, maybe it was a different one. I think it was a different series. But yeah, looking at this it does ring a bell, even though I've definitely never played it. Well, I mean, it's got drifting in it as well, so you certainly can't complain with a nice bit of drifting. So when are you and Emlyn going to come down to Sheffield then? I offer you Rick's house to stay at. I'm good at offering people other people's houses to stay at. Oh! Yeah, actually it is quite close, isn't it? Did you ever see that arcade that I made in VR chat? I tried to get the feeling down. I tried to get the aesthetics down. I feel like you'd recognise 100% of the games in there. I'd like to put more in, but I mean it's big enough already. Like, as far as VR chat worlds go, like over 300 megs is a bit sizable. Again, if I knew more about 3D modeling, I could probably optimize it quite well, but I don't really know much about 3D. Yeah, I'm still a Cinema 4D peasant myself. I did this recently. By recently, I mean yesterday. Let me just open it up. You'll be astounded by this, chat. You'll be amazed at my 3D modeling skills. Where is it? Cinema 4D. Where are you? There's a shortcut somewhere. Okay, here we go. Right, prepare your eyes. This is what I've been working on. Look at that. Thing of beauty! Thing of beauty. It's, I've just started working on the eye, so it doesn't have the lights or anything yet. But yeah, I mean, a lot easier than people. I don't know how people model people. How do you model people? Like, this was a challenge for me, this bit. Holy shit, that was a challenge. Curves. But, yeah, I mean, it's coming along. It's got details underneath no one will ever see. And, you know, you can sketch and toon filter it, and it kind of works, so I could even do an animation with it if I had actual time, which I don't have any of at all. It's an R2D2, yes, that's right. I mean, it's you know, it's the exact size ratio and everything of like a proper 1960s Dalek, but with a little bit extra detail and some extra stuff here and there to make it look a little bit, I guess, more modern, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, back to work. Ooh. So in theory, and this is only theory, I could make a VR chat avatar out of that. But I don't know how to set up VR chat avatars, so... And there are tutorials, but they're all for, on YouTube, they're all for, you know, humanoid avatars. So I need to set up the tracking so that the head and the eye follow wherever you're viewpoint is pointing and stuff like that, and I have no idea how to do that, and there ain't no tutorials for that. Really? Maybe I will when it's finished. Have you ever sculpted? If so, you can pick up modeling people. No, I've been watching a channel. Let's see. I think if I just put in JoJo Clay, that'll probably do it. There we go. No, it's this one. Yeah. Challenge Clay Craft, and I mean it's just crazy. Looking at this, my mind is already reeling. Like, how is this possible? How can a human being do this? Look at that shit. Like, I understand how to do animation, and I know that I'll never be as good at animating as, like, you know, the great animators or whatever, but my mind can't even wrap itself around how to do this. This is just madness to me. This is like some of the most impressive shit I've ever seen. Like, you have to have a different brain. You have to be able to think in complete 4 dimensions or something to do this. And she's crazy. Like, so she does all of the muscles. She does all of the musculature perfectly. Obviously, she's got a massively good grasp of anatomy. And then she just covers all of it up. She just covers all of it up with the coat. Like, no one's ever going to see any of that, but she did it anyway. She did it anyway. She's like just slapping more muscles on the back. And like how you do like fabric folds and stuff. It's just incredibly, I don't know, it just looks really cool. Just looks really cool. As you can see, I've been listening to some Powerwolf on the right hand side here. Highly recommend Powerwolf to all of you if you like your power metal. I couldn't possibly. Like, with this stuff I can zoom in as far as I want, and my hand isn't very steady at all, but it's okay because I can zoom in. But with clay, like, oof. Make a few mistakes, it's all over, I think. Cover it up with a layer of burgers. I heard that sound, but nothing happened. Did you hear that? So the alerts have broken again, I think. Someone definitely subscribed there, but we didn't see anything, and I didn't see anything. Also, I think I need a coffee. I think we all need a coffee, or a beverage of some kind. Let's do a coffee break, and I'll be back, and we'll do more of this. One thing with because normally I got the headphones on, like a real gamer. But because I've got it coming out of the speakers now, when I go to coffee break, you can hear the coffee ads, but you can... Oh, it's happening. Why, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Anyway, so yeah, I'll have to manually turn the music off. So I'll see you back here in a couple of minutes.
A very special cup of coffee. A new standard in richness, a new standard in pureness, blended together to give a new standard in smooth. The Gold Blend standard, only from Nescafe.
It's only memories of Earth and the rich smell of this coffee that keeps my spirits up. Coffee. At least we'll reach our destination soon. Coffee. You make a fine cup of coffee. You've made my day.
You taking your coffee break now, Alan?
Yeah, that's right. You want some? Coffee. and I had to go make coffee for two. Hurry up, would you? My coffee's starting to cool off. Coffee, my salvation from my day-to-day drudgery. Coffee. A little bitter, but still an excellent blend.
Boy, he should switch to decaf.
Hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee.
Come in.
Thank you.
Will Gold Blend be too good for your guests?
Oh, I think they could get used to it.
It's a very sophisticated coffee.
They have very sophisticated taste.
Do they?
Yes. Well, I must be getting back.
Now, golden roasted, richer, smoother, Nescafe Gold Blend.
Have you met your new neighbor yet?
Oh, I've popped in for coffee.
Come on, Dad. You're playing Vicky, not Andre Agassi.
Don't be so sure.
Agassi.
Hi, call me Andre.
Nescafe, Andre?
You bet. Nescafe sure is coffee at its best. That's the best thing served to me all week. Who's up for doubles?
Yeah! The best days are Nescafe days.
今結構忙しいんだろ？そういえば例の歌の歌詞はでき…
私はあなたが好き。
Days looking new and bright, and you're gonna start it right. Folgers starting to brew, the aroma's calling you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Mornings are brighter with mountain-grown Folgers because mountain-grown coffee has more enticing aroma than any other kind.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Please enjoy this footage of velvety smooth beans, followed by a well-shot close-up of a hot brown liquid that's brewed by mixing heated water.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes two ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
お嬢さん方を応接室に。
はい。
美味しいコーヒーを入れましょうかね。美味しいコーヒーができましたよ。
I only showed you that to remind you you desperately need your fix.
男の温度が上がった。飲んで飲んでまた飲みたい。缶入りコーヒーウエスト。
Go West.
いつもそばにいてね。
ボス、私のそばにいてね。ボス、決して私見捨てないでお願い。Boss, I can't live without you. Boss, I can't live without you.
Boss, いつもそばにいてね。Boss, 私のそばにいてね。Boss, 決して私見捨てないでお願い。Boss, I can't live without you. Boss, I can't live without you.
A very special cup of coffee, a new standard in richness.
Haha, we're back. Do you have beverages, chat? I hope so. I've got an interesting coffee here. It's like half a spoon of sugar and another half a spoon of stevia. So it's going to taste a bit weird, but at least it's got less sugar in it. Also, I've got to be careful with it because I've burned my mouth eating incredibly hot potatoes. Again, not sure why you need to know about that, but it's the latest chapter in the saga right there. Venator. That's a class of proto-Star Destroyer, isn't it? From the Clone Wars. Not that I'm a Star Wars nerd, because I'm really not actually. Well, I mean, I know the difference between a TIE Fighter and a TIE Avenger, so I mean, I guess that's you got to be pretty nerdy, I suppose. I don't, you know, for someone who spent 4 years making a Star Wars animation, but I don't really own any merchandise or anything. I don't even... At home in the attic I've got the original trilogy in widescreen VHS format. But yeah, I don't really own anything else. Don't really own a lot of stuff actually. Like my room's pretty empty. Oh, well yeah, you better post a photo of that up in the Discord when you get it. Which one is it? They have like they have a different ship in every different thing, don't they? Like in the OVA they have a different ship, in the TV series they have a different ship, in the other OVA they have a different ship, in Project Eden they've got a different ship, in Farron Nolandia they got a different ship, in Flight 005 Conspiracy they got a different ship. They got a different ship in every single thing. There's one that I really like. It's hold on. It's here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's the OVA. It's the OVA ship. Oh yeah, look at that. That's classic Studio Nue, or is it Studio Nu? I'm never quite sure of the pronunciation, but I mean that's... You see what I mean about these dogs? Infuriating. Shut the window again. I was foolish to think that I could get some air in here. RC Jones just subscribed. I caught it just in time. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's my favourite one. That's my favourite of their many ships. I don't know what happens to the ones between the series. Maybe they're always wrecking them and they have to get new ones. Indeed, he brought his many beagles with him. Well, there is the Dirty Pair Crusher Joe relationship, isn't there? Need to watch Crusher Joe as well at some point. High Speed Jesse, I need to watch that as well. It's my mission in life, one of them, is to watch everything with character designs by Haruhiko Mikimoto. Like everything he's ever touched. I didn't. They seem to have fixed themselves, the notifications. It is a bit. I mean, they just go. They keep going night and day. I mean, if we're talking of things, because there's a lot of stuff getting a like resurgence, a lot of 80s things. You've got Urusei Hatsura coming back. Like, I've got this weird thing in my brain where I really want more Dirty Pair, but I'm terrified of it being shit. Like, they'd mess it up. They'd mess it up, wouldn't they? They clearly would. I don't think it can be done. I don't think it can be done now. What I remember especially about Dirty Pair and Sailor Moon is that they're always wearing different casual clothes in every single episode, and you know, that's always really impressive to see. It's nice to see anime characters having more than one uniform. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, like their studio. Let's get to the bottom of this. Studio New. Alright, it's new. It's pronounced new. Studio New. And Artmic are my two favourites when it comes to designs. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's from Macross, isn't it? I'm sure that's from Macross. It's probably really it makes it more interesting for the artist as well, I think. Like not having to draw exactly the same outfit every single time. Oh, yeah, like get on that immediately. Stop this stream now and go and watch Wings of Honium. It's ridiculously good. It's ridiculously good. I think it's got the best explosions I've ever seen in anime. the most detailed explosions that I think I've ever seen in anime. I mean, it's obviously it's about way more than just the explosions. It's a really good story as well, but it's so well animated. It's so well animated, that film. We're getting there. The rocket liftoff is beautiful as well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, reusing cells is always... yeah, it's always a thing, I guess. You don't really get it that much these days, though. About what? Yeah, Spriggan's good. Spriggan's good. Spriggan's got some very nice. I think a lot of it's rotoscoped. Actually, it's so smooth. Oh, right. Yeah. Hold on. I've got it in my reference folder. I took a bunch of clips for when I'm animating. Reference, anime reference. Where is it? Of course, just by showing this, the whole stream probably gets copyright struck, but how the hell? Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Damn. So this is Wings of Honeymees. Oh, Wings of Honey Mayonnaise, as my friend Rick calls it. Just like scenes like that. Oof. So I mean, that's nice. You've got your little shockwave, look. Your little shockwave coming off, which you don't often see. Everything's airbrushed. There's like 6 tones of shading on it. Oh, it's madness. It's just so good. All these individual little particles, like... How did they do that? It's not like they could just use a custom brush. This was all painted on cells. So was someone... I think maybe someone had a toothbrush and was just like flicking paint at the cell, maybe. But that's just fantastic. Fantastic. And then of course there's, if you want true madness, there's Venus Wars. With like, I mean, animating boxy things moving is hard, but animating animating tanks with this much like geometry and detail on them is just madness. It's just so, and they're always like moving towards the camera and over the camera and past the camera and stuff. And I mean, obviously, you just know that it would be CG nowadays. Damn, that's so nice. So yeah, anime explosions. It's a stream about anime explosions. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. I need to do more of that. I need more circular shockwaves coming out of my explosions. There are some pretty big explosions in this film that I'm working on, but you know, towards the end. I've tried to go, you know, full on crazy with my explosions at the end. So hopefully it'll pay off. Oh, the live action footage for the background. I think they were just trying to be experimental there, and it didn't quite work. But I mean, it's interesting. It's an interesting sequence. Yeah, different frame rates on different cells. Like that's I don't know how to do that in TVPaint. Like you set your frame rate down here, and that's what everything runs at. Like it would be really cool if you could make a new layer and set that to a different frame rate, for instance. I mean, it's not really something I use that often, and I can always do that kind of stuff in whatever I'm compositing it in, like in Sony Vegas or whatever. I can speed bits up and slow bits down of the same you know, sequence or whatever. Yeah, you can do that. I did that with this one. And this is 24 as well. So it's all animated on ones, and then here it goes down to twos there. You can see it on there that everything's all just one frame, and then I slow it down by holding the frame for 2. And it kind of works. No. So if anyone wants to really fuck with me, break into my house and just run a magnet over my computer, and that's years of work just gone there. Yeah, I've run out of space on my Google Drive. I've got like 50 megs left. And and this project I think the folder for this project, and I mean it's only a currently like 13 minute film. I mean the folder's huge. So I don't know how I'd find that much space. We've still dropped 0 frames. We've been going for 3 hours. It's going pretty well. I don't know. I'm just on the basic free one at the moment, I believe. So I could just pay them however much a year it is and get a bunch more space, I suppose. I mean, it is useful for sharing files with people who are working on stuff with you. Maybe the trouble is the final shots, when I render them out, they're uncompressed, and so they're huge. They're like massive things. Oof, 1.5 terabytes. Yeah, I should do. I've got a where is it? I've got this thing. I've got everything backed up on here. It's old, but it's it must be like 15 years old now, but it's still alive. Aha! Mackie is here. Mac is here. Hello. Did you just wake up? I'm doing a test stream to see if the internet holds up, and so far it has. So far it's been going very well. But I don't know if that's just because I got lucky, or because there's literally no one else in the house, so I'm not competing for bandwidth with anyone. Ooh. Yeah, indeed. No, I really should do something about backing up my work. How much even is a terabyte? My mind, my brain, my mind can't even conceive of such numbers. I will, but yes, we should. I I will try and come to the arcade at some point. And yeah, you should come down to Sheffield. But yes, thanks for dropping by, and see you later. A 1,000 gigs is 1 terabyte. Okay. Maybe I'll get myself one for Christmas. Then of course you have to remind yourself to actually back the stuff up, and I'm terrible at that. Mackie, have you eaten yet? What are you going to eat? I really want to go and have some of those fries at the White Russian bar. But I don't want to go on my own. Can you be in Sheffield in an hour's time? Can you just jump on a plane and we'll go and get some? I could ask Rick, but he'll already have eaten, I bet. I mean, it's 6:15. Most normal people have eaten already by now. Hydrate. $20 of work. That's happened so many times to me. I'm on like my 4th computer, and each time my previous computer just has all my old work on it, and like that Doctor Who thing that I did, that died. That was lost like 3 computers back, I think. It only exists on YouTube now in terrible quality. I'll text Rick live on stream and ask him if he wants to go and get some of those loaded fries. I know he won't. Or rather, maybe he will, but he'll already have eaten. This is why people tune into streams, to watch someone on their phone texting a friend to ask if they want to go and eat fries. But it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day for it. Meanwhile, talk amongst yourselves for like 30 seconds. Does Google Hangouts still exist? No, it says go to Gmail chat. It doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Then I'll WhatsApp him. Well, okay. We'll see. We'll see live on stream what he says. You've got 500 terabytes of tentacle goods. That's impressive. Gaming streams. Oh. Mega Turrican, maybe. Yeah, I never played Mega Turrican. I played Turrican 1 on the Commodore 64 and a little bit of Turrican 2. As you might have noticed though, I'm kind of shit at games, so I'm not the most entertaining person to watch play games. Oh! It's, no, it's, so it was originally a Commodore 64 game by the company Rainbow Arts. German company, I believe. Manfred Trenz. Anyway, yeah, and it's one of those rare games that was popular on the home computers and was popular enough that it got converted to the consoles, which didn't happen very often. So yeah, it went to the Mega Drive, to the Super Nintendo. But yeah, it was originally a Commodore game. Very soon. Next week. Next week. That's where the real money's at. Like if I like really buckled down, learned anatomy, just started drawing hentai, I'd be raking it in by now. But I just like doing explosions, unfortunately. I mean, you could combine the two, I guess. You could do hentai with explosions. Guy was good for that. What am I doing? This is the same hand in the same position. So what I should be doing is making a new layer, doing this and that and that and that and that and that, and just extending it across like so. There we go. That wasn't so hard. Think, Johnson, think. Okay, then it gets a bit tricky, doesn't it? Really? First video game? It's definitely worse you could do. It's a damn good game. I love Pop Chaser. Like, Pop Chaser is probably the most wholesome hentai thing I've ever seen, maybe. Maybe. I think I might have seen even more wholesome hentai actually in my life. And it's really well animated. It does, it does. It keeps the line alive, which is what you want. That could be the next big thing. It could be the next big thing right there. You design the characters for this hentai show and I'll animate them. You can be the boob physics correspondent. I absolutely insist we do it under pseudonyms though, not due to embarrassment, but because I just want a cool name like Pink Pineapple or Green Bunny. also because of embarrassment. Really? Really? I've never heard that, but I believe it. I tell you another hentai guy who's actually a really good director as well. What's his name? Yasuomi Umetsu, the Mezzo and Kite guy. I made Maki watch Mezzo and Kite with me recently, and it's like, well, okay, there's like 3 seconds of screwing in this, but like actually they're really well directed, like really well directed. The guy's got a really nice visual flair. Like the screwing may as well not even be there; it's so throwaway. Oh, well, there is a hentai version of Gunbuster, and it's called Cybernetic High School. And it's an official game by Gainax for the PC 98, I think, computer. Which is crazy to me, like a company doing official filth of their own their own thing. How's this looking? Oh, it's coming along. Has Rick replied? He's going out to a goth gig and he's cooking food. Oh well, I tried. What happened there? Something happened there. Oh, we're dropping a bunch of frames. Okay, yeah, I'll have a look at the Discord later then and have a read of that. I think we're alright. I think we're back. Well, I mean, I guess you like you like that kind of ugly bastard stuff then. So weird. Why would he choose to animate that? I did. It was alright actually. Like I saw it recommended, and I was like, oh, a 3D fan film. This will probably be shit. And actually, it's visually kind of nice. Like, yeah. I would totally watch something that looked like that. The Starscream voice is pretty good as well. Megatron doesn't really sound like Megatron. But that's a really hard one to do. Like no one does a good Megatron impression, I don't think. Whereas I've heard a couple of pretty good Starscream impressions. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, Mr. Viper. Yes, it's well, it's 6 p.m. here, so plenty of day left here still. But yeah, all right. Have a nice evening, afternoon. See you again. I think it's time. Ooh. Oh yeah. Never heard of that. No, I was surprised. Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously Frank Welker, but I mean impressions. I've never heard anyone do a really convincing Megatron impression. Not even Dr. Smooth. Not even Dr. Smooth, who basically just sounds like Chris Latta. Like you can't tell. Not even Dr. Smooth. Really? Huh, I didn't notice that. I like Meza more than Kite, I think, because Kite's very dark. I like the comedy. I like the comedy in Mez. I like the bad guys as well. I like what's his name? The Momo guy, the Momokichi guy, and his daughter. I think they're quite cool. How are we doing now? Oh, alright. We've just got this shoulder to do, and then that's pretty much... We just need an extra shade and it'll kind of be done. Not all tonight though, I don't think. Yeah, it's looking alright. It is kind of crazy that when the actual film is out, this will be you blink and you miss it thing. It's 2 seconds of nothing. And yet here we are. Here we are, spending hours and hours doing it. But what you have to do is develop a filter in your brain so that you never think about things like that, or you'd go insane. I think that's how animators function. Although I've never talked to another animator about that. Like, how do you not go insane? Because I just don't think about it. But that's my life advice. Just don't. Something's bothering you. Just don't think about it. Really good advice for anyone struggling with mental health issues right there. She does? Really? What scene? I hope she's still alive, because it's quite ambiguous at the end of Kite, isn't it? Well, I mean, you'll probably live longer than me and won't die from karoshi, I think it's called. Death from overwork. She does? Did you notice? I totally didn't notice. Oh, right, okay. I was telling Maki about this whilst we were watching it, but when I did my year in Japan when I was at university, that was in 2004, and the TV series Mezzo DSA was on. It was airing on Japanese TV at the time, so I would watch that. It was on like an ungodly hour. I think it was like 1 AM or something like that. So I'm not sure who was watching at that time, but I would watch it. Obviously I couldn't understand a single thing that was being said, so I'm wondering if maybe I should watch it subtitled now, because I'm sure someone must have subtitled it. I used to put the colour in as a shade, yeah. But it's much quicker, I found, to do it this way. Just shade everything in monochrome, and it's easier on the brain as well. It's way easier to do it all in one colour and then do the colours later. Rick is telling me on the phone to back my shit up. Adam just told him, apparently. Adam went from this stream to Rick's phone to tell him. It's always weird when someone that I know who like lives quite close by appears in the stream, like just appears in the chat there. Yeah, I do this for drawings as well, yeah. Yeah, I always do the shading in monochrome. I didn't used to, but I found that it's much quicker. For me, I did. Snitched on. Unbelievable. Mackie, what are we going to eat? Do you want to watch some Formula 1 tonight? I ate some of your thighs today. Mackie sent me some... but I think part of her job as producer is to make sure that I stay alive, and sometimes she sends me food. It's very thoughtful. And I ate some of these delicious barbecue chicken thighs today. Thank you for your tasty thighs. You want to eat these nuts, do you? I really like those honey roasted peanuts. I would love to eat those nuts. I had some honey roasted cashews the other day. They were good as well. Animation and food review stream. That's what this is. Is that actually true? I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to steal from anime. What I mean by that is I love Marvel. I love Marvel and Sony and everyone. The People's Republic of China. I love the Chinese government. Please let me stay on YouTube. Yes, let's do some F1 in 5 hours. I don't hate American comics. I like the Max. That was very good. There's a bunch of the Aliens comics that are good. Very good, actually. What else? I'm missing something. I'm missing something. That fight is so good. What a perfect opening to a movie. Especially with the UK soundtrack. Holy shit, the way like the guitar builds up and everything, damn. You won't hear that from me very often. But, you know, someone replacing a soundtrack and I prefer it, that hardly ever happens. Someone's drilling outside now. Alright, how's that looking? Yeah, I mean, it's coming on. I'm happy-ish with that for an afternoon's work. I mean, there's a bunch of things that still need doing, like this highlight on the lip here just comes out of nowhere, it disappears. So I need to put that on. And I think the face shouldn't be this much in shadow when it's standing over there. So I'll fix that up. Yeah, better. Yeah, it is. It's better. It's so good. Rory McFarlane did a fantastic job on the UK Cyber City soundtrack. Amazing stuff. Oh, it's good to see David stay still around then. He should contact Jim and get Jim to teach him how to game. They can have gamer moments together on stream. But yeah, I think we might call it an evening there. Normally I'd say we'll call it a night there because it's like 3 in the morning when I finish, but it's not even 7 PM yet. I could go and get some food. It's bright. It's bright here. A world of possibilities. But yes, well, thank you for joining me, chat. Nice to see you. Literally with my face, I can see you almost. I can imagine what you look like. Boomer Gamer Hour, is that the name of it? Wow. I bet he's loving Life is Strange. Anyway, I'm gonna go and eat something. Maybe wash this gel out of my hair, who knows. But yes, have a very nice evening. Do something fun. If you need something to watch, Wings of Honeyumis, give it a watch. Give it a watch. And that's it. I'm off. Bye. Which is my